There's just. Oh, yes. Oh.
And growing every day. The Treaty of 1868, signed in Fort Laramie in Laramie Territory, creates the Great Sioux Reservation far away from the hills.
If any place defines the Lakota, it's the Black Hills. And because of that, the creation fear and uncertainty.
And hunt the last of the great buffalo herds in a vast but loosely defined area called unceded
Oh, I'm
territory.
gonna show you something. The guns.
The Lakotas were viewed in the treaty as occupied parts who were not party to the 1868 treaty, were not signed that accord.
See how
So
the
the
guns?
Lakota leaders of Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull.
The dead first.
Sitting Bull was a medicine man and a spirit.
Treaty. The Black Hills are indisputably part of the Great Sioux Reservation. To lead an expedition into the Black Hills, the government looks to George Armstrong Custer.
Armstrong Custer is one of the best known soldiers in the American Army.
The U.S. government attempts to buy the Black Hills. Lakota leaders refuse to sell. Many reservation Indians now leave to join Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull, who continue living their traditional ways in the unceded territory.
Sitting Bull just wanted to be left alone. He wanted to live on the land as his ancient people, ancestors did before him. And that was all he wanted.
1875 with their
Territory and ultimatum. Report to the reservation. The ultimatum is ignored. Of the Great Sioux War of 1876 and 1877.
Coming at the region from the south, from the west, and from the east.
Allied with the U.S. military are the Lakota have nearly annihilated the Arikara. And now Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse are in front.
The last chief of the crew, Lieutenant Cruz, said it very well when he said that it was because he wanted to keep our lands.
Are joined by men who refuse to accept life on the reservation. He divides his command. Captain Frederick Benteen is to move southwest to prevent the Indians from escaping. Custer then orders Major Marcus Reno and 140 men to cross the Little Bighorn, advance down the valley, and engage the Indians. Custer tells Reno he will be supported. Is Antelope Woman.
Women and children went to hide in the brush. War ponies were brought into the camp in the herds, and the warriors mounted them and galloped away.
Instead of charging the village, Reno's cavalry dismount and form a skirmish line.
The real threat was the soldiers coming right into the camp. Children, grandchildren, wives, mothers, aunts, grandparents, all those things were in imminent danger.
It just becomes virtually every man for himself. Ride for your life. Reno does not seem to be in command of the situation. He's probably wondering in his head, what is Custer up to?
Has already advanced to the high ground to the east. He pauses on the bluffs overlooking the Little Bighorn, where he sees the Indian village for the first time. Custer then descends into ravines leading to the river. A possible plan: send one column across the river at Medicine Tail Coulee. While these soldiers attack, Custer moves north to flank the Indian village. One theory is that Custer, as he did at Washita, plans to capture women and children fleeing Reno's initial attack. Holding them as hostages, Custer would then end the battle and force the Indians back to the reservation.
All the warriors leave Major Reno's initial attack and they come down to this new fight. Custer is now no longer the attacker, he's being attacked.
One imminent threat was the enemy was going to come into your camp and harm, kill, maim your family, your children, your grandparents. You're willing to do what it takes to defend them, to make sure that that enemy doesn't get into this camp.
Fighting and dying with Custer are Indian scouts, civilian personnel, and more than 200 soldiers of the 7th Cavalry.
The 7th Cavalry is very much a representation of the America of the late 19th century, with the Germans, the Italians, the Irish that make up the regiment, farm boys from the Midwest, soldiers of fortune from around the world.
For Custer's command, the Little Bighorn becomes a battle of attrition. The column at Medicine Tail Coulee is repulsed at the Little Bighorn and moves up towards Battle Ridge. North of the village, Custer is overwhelmed by warriors. He retreats to what is today called Last Stand Hill.
Another story that my grandfather talked about was when he got kind of teary-eyed when he was talking about this. He observed one soldier. He said he got off his horse and took out his sidearm and shot this horse in the head. And the horse fell down, he says, and he used it as a barricade. And he said that man knew that he will never see the sunset. He said this is his last act of survival.